An estimated 25 million American adults use dating apps in the past year. A recent study finds that about 39% of heterosexual couples and about 65% of same-sex couples who met in 2017 did so on the internet. Despite that, some experts say these dating apps keep people locked in an endless cycle of matches and rejections, and many end up feeling more disconnected and lonely than before. The new CBSN Originals documentary, we're calling it Speaking Frankly, Dating Apps, looks at the benefits and the downsides of technology-driven courtship. Here's an excerpt.
The more that you say that you're interested in a person and you hear back that that same person is interested in you, that can be a little bit of a rush and a reward that kind of makes you want to continue using that app.
A lot of the times I was constantly checking my notifications every time I would try to do homework or something, and once I hear the sound, I would constantly look at my phone, see who messaged me, see who responded. Even times when I was trying to go to sleep, I was constantly looking or seeing if somebody messaged me back or who messaged me or what message did I receive.
I think part of the game is trying to figure out what the other person wants. And then that's when you win, is when the person says, like, yes, I see what you're selling me and I want it.
I hear from some of my friends who use dating apps that they are exhausted. They find the process to be very time consuming, not as enjoyable as one would hope.
So I think part of the burnout just comes from being overwhelmed by choices, having too many opportunities, not actually meeting up with people, and engaging with our phones more so than with each other.
There's a problem that social scientists have named the paradox of choice, and that is that we think having lots of choices would be amazing and get us exactly what we want. But it turns out, in many things, the more choices we have, the more miserable we become. So we think we're excited about someone, and then we swipe, and there's another amazing person who appears. We make a mistake, which is that too many people think of the faces on their screen as options. The truth is, you're not an option until you show up for the date and express interest in someone. Basically, most of the time, you're just a bubble on a screen.
Wow. The executive producer of CBSN Originals, that's Adam Yamaguchi, joins us now. I love everything that they said right there. Why is it making us more lonely to have all these options and choices?
Well, aside from the paradox of choice or the paralysis of choice that many people face, is this phenomenon of de-individuation. And the expert sort of alluded to it on camera earlier.
De-individuation?
De-individuation. So when you're on your phone, you are shielded by your screen. Yeah. Your avatar is your proxy, and there's a veil of anonymity. So people are likely to engage in behaviors that they might not in real life. Yeah. And we see this across social media. This isn't just a dating apps phenomenon. Yeah. And so over time, you begin to treat other people not as people, but as objects or as options.
It becomes almost like a video game for people.
Absolutely. And before you know it, you're mindlessly treating it like a video game, and you're swiping away. And what's interesting is that a lot of these apps they've been built from the ground up to feel like a game. The color schemes, the graphics, the sounds that come in when someone shows an interest in you is gratifying. You were talking earlier about Instagram and the sort of gratification that comes with likes. Well, it's very similar on dating apps.
So how do you make it positive, Adam?
Well, I think one of the things is, people can burn out. But experts say, look, you're on a dating app for a reason. You've lost sight of what your goal is. But if your goal is to meet somebody, there are tried and true practices of courtship. Go back to those.
Right.
Treat people like people.
I like that. Good Thanks very much.
Like
you can stream the CBSN Originals Speaking Frankly Dating Apps right now at CBSN.com.